Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Rollins Reviews, the YouTube channel once again. Okay, I want to welcome everyone in. Glad you're gonna spend a little time with me and the channel for just a short period of time today. How you doing, Sugar Daddy? All right, and Reese is here, of course. Um, Everyone's coming in, so I'll go ahead and get started. No, I don't like to use up too much of your time. So, one of my subscribers asked me to talk about Mary McLeod Bethune, and some of you may be familiar. How you doing, Mark? Good afternoon. Mark Holmes from the Jobu Sports Report. Those of you who are fellow Dallas Cowboy fans, please go on over and make sure you watch his content, like, and subscribe. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. Great, Mark. Glad everything is all right. So, Mary McLeod Bethune, most of you just know, if you're familiar with the HBCU in Daytona, Florida, most people just know that about her. But there's so much more. And even though you may learn information or you know information, how you doing, Dorian, about someone, seems like sometimes once you do a little more research, you'll find out something new. You say, "Oh, I didn't know that." So that's always good. So, Mary McLeod Bethune. Yeah, folks, please hit the like button. Thank you, Reese. As you know, she was an African American civil rights activist, educator, stateswoman. She did so many things, and that's what I like to stress: the things that most people don't know about. And you know, she was an educator, and she started working as an educator in 1896 in Augusta, Georgia. Okay, so I think some of you, from what you've told me, some of you reside in Georgia. So, how you doing, Lola? Okay, Lola's here. Everyone say hello to Lola in the chat. And so, she actually, uh, again, now Bethune Cook at the time, school was private. Okay, when she found, hey JoJo, what's up? Wake up time. How's everyone doing? So, she began working again. Those of you just coming in, we're just going over some of the things that Mary McLeod, excuse me, Bethune was able to achieve and accomplish in her life. Of course, dealing with Jim Crow and everything that went along with that. So, how you doing, Tina? So she began working as a teacher again. Those of you just coming in, Augusta, Georgia, at the Haynes and Normal Industrial Institute. Okay, so this was part of a mission that had been founded by Lucy Craft Laney, and I'm thinking about actually conducting a video on her as well. Because so in reading up on Mary McLeod Bethune, again, I learned new information and I learned about Lucy Craft Laney. How you doing, Janice? So again, as you research, there's always something new that you learned that you did not know before. So in 1904 in Daytona, Florida, is when she founded her school. She had to make desks out of crates and just old donated items. How you doing, B and B? Glad you're here. So she started with nothing. I think she had maybe $1.50 in her pocket, something like that. So she didn't have a lot. Thank goodness for donations, and sometimes you have to make do with what you have. That's life. She served also, for those of you that don't know, um, she served as a chapter president in Florida for the National Association of Colored Women from 1917 to roughly 1925. Okay, so just a lot of good info. B and B, I think you've already done a post about Mary McLeod Bethune. I think you did. Leave in the chat section. Okay, glad everyone's here. Now, to raise money for her school, the students' parents, this is when, everyone was involved. Um, Church members made, baked pies, made ice cream. They sold other food items to raise money for the school. So that's what, you all have to do, sort of come together. So the school started with 6 students, and within a year, she had over 30 students. So, it didn't take very long for her to start growing. Also, she founded the National Council for Negro Women in New York City in 1935. All right. So she served as a special assistant to the secretary. How you doing, Donna? Secretary of War during World War II. Daniel, how you doing, Dan? So she's done so much. Oh my God. Now, something I learned I did not know that she wanted to be a missionary. At that time, they didn't let African Americans, people would go to Africa, other countries, as missionaries. They wouldn't let African Americans do that. So I learned that. I didn't know she wanted to be a missionary. So I learned something new. 1923, she merged her school with Cookman Institute out of Jacksonville, Florida. And Jacksonville, this institute was an institute for boys, and then her institute she started mainly for girls. So they merged. Okay. How you doing? I love weed. Hadn't seen you. Where have you been? Working? You weren't here the past couple of weeks. I know when I don't see you, you're working, so we know what's most important. Okay, so the new name, Bethune-Cookman, still there. It's still, relatively small in comparison to some of the other HBCUs. But I was just astounded. I went on their webpage and they have some very nice things to say about her. Some of her quotes. So um, check that out. I always have information for you. I know I love weed. I know you have to. Check out the links. I have some links with documentaries on Mary McLeod Bethune. I have some links for some websites. For those of you who love history as much as I do, oh my God, I love it. So she served as president until roughly 1942. Okay. Dora Reese Cook. Okay. I love wings. Dorian said, tomorrow I got to go back to school. I'm going to say, okay, Dorian, that's good. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. She was appointed as director of African American Affairs in the National Youth Administration and Special Advisor on Minority Affairs. Uh, those of you who know a little bit about her know she was very close friends with Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. She had also advised. I mean, you hear things. I heard she advised, several other presidents. So I did the research. Oh, me too, Sugar Daddy. I love it. She also was an advisor to Calvin Coolidge. She also advised Herbert Hoover, Harry Truman, and also uh, FDR. Obviously, she was so tight with Eleanor Roosevelt. So I mean, she did a lot. Again, considering the time, she was dealing with the Jim Crow era. So she was able to accomplish a lot. And those of you that don't know, she continued to work for civil rights until her death in 1955. Okay, so tell me what you think about Mary McLeod Bethune. Put the info in the chat section. Dorian said, I think that we got to teach our own history instead of other people. Exactly, Dorian. That's what we've been talking about. Everyone's so upset. Oh, none of this is in the textbooks. Well, we don't make the textbooks, so you know, we have to. Again, people have to take responsibility and teach their children, grandchildren, whatever the case may be. Sugar Daddy. She was in the inner circle. She was Sugar Daddy. She was very influential. A lot of people don't know that. People just, oh yeah, she's one of the founders of Bethune-Cookman. But there's so much more that she did. Yeah, quietly very influential. Exactly, Sugar Daddy. You took the words right out of my mouth. So she was influential, but you didn't, see or hear of her a lot. But she was working behind the scenes. She really was. Um, one of her quotes that I loved, I looked at, and it had so much meaning to me. I thought I would share that with you. She said, I leave you love. I leave you hope. I leave you the challenge of developing confidence in one another. I leave you respect for the use of power. How you doing, Gina Thorne? Folks, everyone that's in here, the lovely crowd, everyone, please hit that like button for me. Thank you. And so she said also, I leave you respect. I said that respect for the use of power. I leave you faith. I leave you racial dignity. So she was something. She was a powerhouse. She really was. So if we could get back to some of these people who, we talk about, on a weekly basis. And we could go back to some of the morals that they had, some of the hard working skills that they had. Just think of what we could accomplish. So she was, yeah, she's one of my sheroes. She definitely is. So I'm going to go ahead and not going to take up too much more of your time, but you can tell me, what you think about her, anything else that you know about her, because I don't want to take up so much time. But again, like Sugar Daddy said that he loved history. Check the links in the description box, folks. I always share documentaries on the people that we talk about. Also, just websites that have information about, on the people that we talk about. So I'm preparing you. Let's see. We don't have a guest speaker. We will have a guest speaker, I think, in a couple of weeks. So actually, one of my peers, Dr. Antoine Alston, we actually went to college together, and he's written books, and he's worked with black farmers. You all, if you're familiar with the lawsuit of African American farmers having to sue and get money from the USDA, he'll be talking about some of that. And then he wrote a book about the NFA, the New Farmers of America, uh, which was a youth organization for African American males in the South, because they were not allowed to join FFA, the Future Farmers of America. Okay, so he has a lot of great information, and he's excited about coming on the show. Dr. Harrison, well, of course, we'll never let her go. She'll be coming back on the show as well. And those of you fellow content creators, we all have to be mindful of what we say. I don't know if you've seen my short video on Alex Jones, but he has to pay 4.1 million, and then there was another judgment handed down over 20 some million. I forgot the exact figure that he has to pay. He was, you know who he is. He was always saying everything is a conspiracy. He said that the Sandy Hook, anytime there's a mass shooting, he's one of those people that, oh, that didn't really happen. That's something the government, like the government was putting on an act because they want to take your gun rights away. So, content creators, just, be careful of what you say, because I don't know. He has a lot of money. I don't know if he has all that money that he's, being sued for. And that so far, two judgments have come down against them. So sometimes we have to preface what we say with allegedly or supposedly. Um, and he used to be on YouTube, and they YouTube removed him. But everything that happens, the pandemic, everything is a conspiracy. Nothing is really true. The government is doing this. The government is doing that. So those parents or those small elementary students that were killed, they won both cases. So again, we all have to sort of watch what we say, folks. I just wanted to throw that out at you. And like I said, I did a little short clip, a little short um, video. I don't think, maybe 10 seconds, 12 seconds at the most. Yet, Gina, right? Everything is a conspiracy until it's not. He lost both cases. So I love what he said. Alex Jones, a joke of a, yes. Oh my God. I really don't support. Okay, Dorian. Yeah, I'm sort of. How you doing, prime time? I don't think that either side, both sides have room for improvement. And we are their constituents. We're the people who vote for them, and so they need to be cognizant of that instead of bickering back and forth with one another. Because let's keep it real, folks. When gas is high, when food prices are high, that doesn't really affect them. That affects us. So they need to be making the best decisions that they can for us. Okay. Prime time. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. That's okay, prime time. You're fine. Sugar Daddy says allegedly may not be enough protection. I know, Sugar Daddy, they're tightening it down. You're absolutely right. So we just have to all be cognizant of what we said. Sugar Daddy, drop your link in the chat section. When you told me the other night you started the channel, I looked for it. I could not find it. There were 1,000 other Sugar Daddies popped up. So if you could drop your link, that would be great. I can go on over. Everyone go on over. Check out Sugar Daddy. Check out his content. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all of that. That's what I'm going to do. Um, uh, Dorian Carter said this Alex Jones situation is not a mental health crisis. Okay. And Sugar Daddy said, my friend Philly has been silenced out of. Okay, yeah. So it's, we just have to be careful of what we say, folks, because we do not want to. Um, I don't know about you. I don't have that kind of money. Even if they sued us for 100,000, 50,000, whatever, we don't have that kind of money. Come on. All right, you know what time it is. If you're still here, let me know. It's time to spin the win wheel. All right. See who's going to win. Um, let's see. I'll spin the wheel. You know the routine. You have to be here to win. All right. Frank G is not here, so he can't win. If someone is not here, I just spin again, folks. Okay. All right. Guy is not here. Okay. I'll keep spinning. Thank you, Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy just dropped his link, folks. So go click on that link and check him out. B Sugar is not here. Daniel's here. That's one. I love weed. That's two. All right, we have two winners, folks. Let's get one more. All right. I love weed and Daniel, you both have won. Janice is still here. All right, looks like Reese. Reese, I know you're still here. All right. Daniel, I love weed. Reese, you are winners. All right, Mark Holmes said, let's go. Again, all my fellow Dallas Cowboy fans or haters, go on over to the Mark Holmes. Mark, if you want to, drop your link. Go on over to the Mark Holmes channel. We all go there. Can't say Redskins anymore. The Commanders. I call them the Commodes. So you can, if you like to support the Washington Commanders, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, or the sorry, filthy Philadelphia Eagles, you can come on over to Mark Holmes' channel because guess what? We have just as many other fans from other teams as we do Cowboy fans. Me too. I love weed. I wish I did too. All right. So those of you who've won today, you've won before. So you know what we do. You leave a comment as soon as I end the live stream, and I already have your Cash App info, so you're good. Okay. All right. We'll be back next Sunday, same time. Okay. I'm going to end the broadcast. Again, now I'm going to go on over to Sugar Daddy's channel. Then I'll go over to Mark Holmes' channel at 5 o'clock. So you see, Sundays, I'm pretty busy on YouTube all day. All right. I love weed, Sugar Daddy, Gina Thorne. I'll see all of you over. Love you too, Mark. I'll see all of you over at Mark Holmes' channel, uh, 5 o'clock. All right, Sugar Daddy, you getting some subs, some subbies here. That's what we want. Okay. All right. Daniel, wake up time. All of you, everyone go over. Sugar Daddy dropped his link. If you scroll up, you'll see it. Everyone go over, check out his content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do it right now. All right. Everyone enjoy their week and please be careful. The pandemic is well, it is what it is. I won't say the word. And monkeypox, all of that. Just be careful, folks. That's all I can say. Just be careful. I enjoyed all of you, and thank you for joining the Rollers Reviews YouTube channel. And I hope to see you all next Sunday at the same time.